My name is Bear Grylls. I've served in the British Special Forces, I've climbed the summit of Everest, and I've crossed the frozen oceans of the Arctic. Now, my challenge is to survive one of the most treacherous landscapes on Earth, Berkeley. My mission is not only to get myself to civilization, but I also have to get myself out of the city. I've landed in one of these small lakes. The water is cold, only a few degrees above freezing. Landing in the trees risks serious injury, but landing in water has given me a different problem. At this height, wearing wet clothes is a real risk of hypothermia.
It's just freezing right now. And my clothes are more or less dry now, but I can't afford to wait much longer because I don't want to have to spend a night up here in the mountains. So I need to be heading down. I want to head in a southwesterly direction, and luckily for me, I know the wind up here usually blows in a northeast direction, and I can tell by the ripples that are going this way that that way is south and that way is west. So I want to be heading that way, and that's where I'm going. I haven't eaten all morning, and I'm really hungry. Luckily, this right here is a manzanita bush, and if you look closely, these are little tiny apples, and that's actually what manzanita means in Spanish, little apples. And they're not gonna be much, and it's definitely not a feast, but it's something. And it's kind of taut in the center with the core, but it's still food. And the next thing I'm gonna do is, I haven't cleaned my teeth in a while, so I can actually use the leaves of the manzanita to clean my teeth, and this has been done by the Native Americans for ages. My dentist would be proud, but it's time to go on. Look, it's a road, and that means I can follow that, and hopefully I'll end up in Berkeley. So nice to finally be able to sit down in the shade somewhere and relax. Berkeley is an incredibly competitive school, especially in the science fields. And this student here who seems to have left this was taking organic chemistry. And an old friend of mine who came here actually studied 5 days straight for an organic chemistry midterm without food or water, and he failed miserably. And you can definitely tell from what the student has written that these tests here at Berkeley are incredibly hard to endure, and in order to show you how to survive them, I'm going to have to do them myself. Wow! And this is just enormous. My father used to tell me you can never tell how steep something is until you touch noses with it. The trick to climbing is balance. I always want to maintain 3 points of contact with the surface at all times, and never do I want to be in a situation where I'm only hanging on by one arm. I'm going to use my hands to anchor myself and my legs to push me up. Here we go.